The reason we exist is because you cannot stay ahead of all threats. So what we do is we block by default.
Hey, what's going on? You're here with E-Tech Millie, and we did a few things that we were working on as far as checking the brakes and going over checking the brakes and actually checking the Ford Fusion brake job. Sway bar arm itself needed to be, but the arm is so seized up and rusted up that we'll have to go to a little shop, and that's one reason why I didn't show up for session 2. So session 2 will be made up. At the same time, we are going to be coming back from that engine. So let's go ahead. Checklist. System should be inspected. Checklist. You can find this on our resources, community resources. So but yeah, this checklist is the brake fluid. Steps to check the brake. Let's go ahead and go through. Let's talk about it. Check position for brake fluid service. Follow the longer caliper to the brake caliper of the brake system, which is the brake caliper. The contaminants will settle in the bottom of the brake caliper behind the caliper piston and can cause the caliper piston to require caliper. And then after we take a look at the brake, from the really look at, but inside that's not normal. So here we go. Yeah. For the Camry, and if you can see from the outside, this rotor is bad. Show the difference. Getting some brake pads. This is getting some brake pads. This is the brake pad side because the passenger's brake pad side because the passenger side maybe if anything have good sides maybe if anything have good brake pads or not. But if you are good brake pads or not. But if you are trying to after you're looking at the brake pad, after you're looking at the brake pad. pads will be inner and outer pads. Should wear excessive wear on outside pad while inner pad dragging in. This is some good stuff to know. So if excessive wear on the outside pad while inside pad looks new, that means that it's a pad looks new. That means that it's a seized. The outside is worn. The outside is worn and the inside looks. And then another thing is when point to caliber piston dragging. Off of the brake. Caliber piston dragging. Off of the brake pedal. So the boots pedal. So the boots for damaged light moving freely. And issues with external caliber hardware. The cause could be hard to move or housing piston now move placement. If the brake screw loosened, this indicates a brake caliber replacement. If brake procedure at as I'm able to have my four-way or maybe to get that, then we'll turn them off. Not gonna do it. Get caliber bracket rust. Examine caliber hardware. Examine area where abutment clip sat. Clean any signs of rust. Considerations. If the rust is there. All right. So if you are, to that. I'm not gonna worry about that. But yeah. So. It's kind of hard to. It's right here. This is the reservoir. Yeah. Right here. This is the reservoir. Yeah. It tells you on the side. Brake fluid from this is the minimum. It's past the minimum, and this is the max. And so this is minimum. Kind of brown. Yeah, brake the up in there, man. So that's the cylinder. We checked that. Wasn't that bad. So yeah, now we're gonna check the outside of the tires to be able to see what we can see, and then just going over a few things that you can do when you're looking at them. Hey, what's going on? You're here with E-Tech Mill, and what we're gonna do? We're gonna check the rotors, the brakes, and just really the assembly all the way. So in order to do this, you're gonna need a jack stand to at least be able to get it. So unfortunately, hey, what's going on? This is already applied. Yeah, right now we're putting them on. That's how you're supposed to put them on as well. Get rid of them weird like make a world of a difference. When you deal with the ones with just one way, it's easier to break the bolts. So pressure on both.
This needs to change.
Man, the things. The inner circle, and this is your personal vehicle, and that goes for both sides. About a sway bar or a arm or something of that nature. But just from the outside looking in, and because we were basically selling this to someone else, we just gonna say, hey man, I don't mind throwing you a little discount off of it, but you know what I mean. But same time, that's what's gonna have to happen. As far as that brake pad,
Yeah, you gotta about like take this off. We have to first take off these pins, and then there's a few things we gotta loosen.
on the caliber, you gotta take them sliding pins off, and then after you take the sliding pins off, you're going to essentially, it's a floating device. You put it here. Yeah, I'm talking.
So strut right here. You know how much money you got? Everybody's this money you got. Everybody's this and right now I guess I'm attempting to take over. You can see, this is all so now I get so now I get so it's gonna be old. You know it's gonna be old. You know what? Sure, been. What? Sure. Been flip you back in. See, got a little juice on it. Not too much. We know this. This is straight like piston. Yeah, this engine. Particles of a piston. It was working. So what I'm gonna do is
Yeah, little other pieces. One kind of guide you on how to. If it's not in the body anymore.
see where's my. It's not whole.
What's that for that valve?
Stems of the
Alright, but it's okay.
stems of the
Alright, but it's okay. Alright, but it's okay.
This is the cylinder. You have to machine these.
Okay.
This is the cylinder. You have to machine these.
Cylinder.
This is the cylinder. You have to machine these.
Cylinder. Cylinder.
My ideal is probably like I'm gonna take. It seems like. My ideal is probably like I'm gonna take. It seems like so. Yeah, my ideal is probably like I'm gonna take. It seems like so. Yeah, this is a beautiful. So yeah, this is a beautiful set. Yeah, this is a beautiful set. These are like the head studs here.
Nah.
Part that has supposed to go on top of it. Supposed to go on top of it. So with the
Heads.
so with the
Heads.
what do you call them? The pistons. So with the
Heads.
what do you call them? The pistons. We have the rods. Yeah, the piston rods and the valve rods right here. And then we have the lifters, rods right here. And then we have the lifters. Something, it's just like, I forgot what it is. It's
supposed to
be an acronym or whatever that they normally use. And you notice, got a lot of little debris, a lot of it. And then got a lot of metal shavings. So, maybe we can salvage the, oil, the oil filter. Not with how the dipstick seal, the oil filter. Not with how the dipstick cylinder goes. If you remember, we just took off the oil pan. 2 seconds to lower. All sitting here, and all of that is. 2 seconds to lower. All sitting here, and all of that is. And after that, as we see, we about to flip this over. But yeah, so this is like yeah. Let's flip this over. But yeah, so this is like yeah. Let's flip this over. Even more metal pieces is coming out. So we're gonna put it to a side. Again. This
apparently so that's when we can see if it's milk.
That's what that's about. It's up over here. Pistons. Man, this thing is dirty. This is the camshaft right here. I believe this is the camshaft. And then on top, there should be another one. Or maybe not.
Crankshaft, camshaft.
So maybe it's in here I'm thinking of, yeah, this is the crankshaft front. Boom, 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 boom. Easy to take this off. Then we have the oil filter. Not often, like we're gonna clean this engine and get it where it need to be. All right. But yeah, let me put it to up top real quick so we can get a top angle, and then we'll call it quits. See that milkiness? Yeah, it had coolant go get into it. What we'll probably try to do eventually is try to find the stress factors of this process of cleaning it here, and then the exhaust system. Or the exhaust goes out here.
Yeah, them gaskets.
Then on the other side, the exhaust is on the other side as well.
It's like inside coming in, and the cylinder heads.
Yeah, and then right here is the other cylinder head. That's the other cylinder head right there. So this is all the components that came from the NPR 2002 engine. All right. In a sense, all it's really going to be is a shell. As far as the other little components, I'll probably try to clean them up. I do have a GMC 2005 that has a similar engine, because the GMCs and NPRs are really the same thing, the same kind of engines and things. Outside dealing with this engine, we're gonna play around with it, look at it, and try to figure out. We already know what happened. One of the pistons on the road with a lot of, heat buildup. Because overheating is one of the key main fit. But once it starts really overheating, the system starts to mess of your vehicle overheating.
In this case, if you notice, it's very milky, meaning that some coolant probably got into it, and then from there, because what happened was the coolant was at 0, like when this happened. So, and what happened was I put a little bit of coolant in the night before, and then apparently it wasn't enough. I just assumed that, it was enough, but it wasn't. And then, but yeah, man, I hope y'all learned a little bit being in the shop with me. And after that, we're going to basically, I got the 1999 Internationals coming, so I'm going to have to work on that truck. Then I have the blue. I'm not going to be driving it because then it's going to be too. Working on the International 1999, which is going to be a 99 with 400-some thousand miles. I'm hoping to at least get 60,000 miles out of it. And after it hits about 500,000, I will. And we're going to have fun fixing the box. We're going to have fun fixing the truck and maintaining the truck. And then eventually I'm going to sell it for a price, or I'm going to keep it running, depending on, and I'm always going to have it for sale while it's running. Even the blue box, I have it for sale, right? You got $8,000 for it. Shoot, I go ahead and find another blue box. That's just my thought process, so that's where I'm at right now. If they didn't buy, if they hit that 7 enough, let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get another one to work on. You know what I mean? But yeah. So outside of those. So one of the main reasons why I kept this engine is because to be able to show y'all what's going on, and another one is to get donor pieces, because I replaced this engine with a 99 engine, and in order to put it into the NPR, and the PCM brain did not take. So because the PCM brain welded off, which y'all will be seeing, and then after he welds it off, I'll be selling the lift gate for $750 to $1,200 needs it. So that's going to be my two options of what I got going on. But yeah, so when it comes down to and make sure your thing milky cool. Then also I do appreciate about the top of the cap. It does tell you what oil is needed. Also, it tells you the that's really it. And you take the top off, and then you look at the top. After you look at the top, you evaluate and see what's going on with that oil. If the oil is milky, run away. If you're trying to buy pretty penny. So yeah. But yeah, so you see these right here. These are the pistons, the main bearings. These are the rod bearings in the middle. The main bearings are the ones on the outside. Yeah. All right. Well, I look forward to meeting y'all back up in the back porch, and let's go ahead and have a great one. All right.
Young people get a lot of shit for rotting their brain on.
Yeah, so what I like to do now is we're going to watch a couple mechanic fails, and then after you watch a couple mechanic fails, get some laughs. So, again, if you can always check out this playlist. So, if you... all right, and as far as hydraulic system, and if that, what else... Brakes, the disc brakes. We were talking about disc brakes earlier, the drum brakes. So, then gas, fuel, ignition, inverters. As far as 4 common clogged exhaust systems, symptoms and causes that we went over. What we just went over. Yeah, so let's go ahead and watch a few of these real quick memes, and then
the phone.
shotgun. mean, it seems like they trying to do it on purpose. Okay. Oh man, the machine.
Even more catastrophic engine fails and breakdown. What exactly went wrong? First clip.
All right.
Oh,
Cotton squirrel.
good old Doge.
Still rocky, still rocky. Put some Lucas in there, thick ass oil, and just keep going. If you're coming in like that, you're coming in hot, first I'm gonna give you a mop. But you better clean this shit up.
In Alcantara, I teach automotive at Riverside City College. That was actually a lot of coolant too. That was like all of it.
All the compression's coming out there, it's the head gasket. When anything starts shooting out that radiator, compression's coming out somewhere. My name is Sandro, and I work on cars. I'll try to do anything. Just like you guys, give it a shot. Get up and hit the subscribe button.
Is this engine toast or can you repair this?
You could repair it, but it depends on the mouse. It depends how warped you got it already too, like how hot you got it. The block probably needs to get decked. The head needs to get decked. Obviously new head gasket. The water pump needs to get changed out. You might as well do your timing chain or timing belt, whatever it is. At that point, it's like,
Is it worth it?
Worth it.
Yeah. Engines run very hot. That's why you have coolant to cool them down. They're cooled by liquid. Two flat things together and starts to be two not flat things together. Then you got holes in it. And as we can see, you don't want holes in it.
This next clip comes from a subscriber sent to us through realmechanicstuff.com. Let's take a look at what they sent.
Ew.
What is that?
They put ATF in.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What did you do?
Gator.
ATF fluid is short for automatic transmission fluid, and automatic transmission fluid has a lot of detergents and things like that, which is why a lot of people who rebuild automatic transmissions have like clean hands. Inside of your radiator, there's a trans cooler where we've got transmission fluid running through the radiator to cool it because that barrier has faulted. In this situation, you have a customer who's just topping off whatever fluid. When you mix a fluid like ATF that has a very different base than your ethylene glycol coolant, that fluid's not going to cool anymore. And if the person, customer, driver of the vehicle is not paying attention to their temperature gauge, we could end up with an engine total loss situation.
We like to encourage you guys to go out in the garage, pick up a wrench, and work on your own cars. But here's the thing. Google first. Before you get into the beans.
Next clip.
Oh!
Engine block.
Engine mount.
This Impala has a loose heart syndrome, bouncing around in the rib cage.
A valve body could definitely, absolutely be at fault if it's not letting the vehicle move and it's trying to, but it's shaking the engine because it's not allowing it to go in gear. The valve body and the train is when needed to engage certain parts of the transmission.
Damn, that's a lot of shaking for a valve body. He probably likes a back massage in that shit. That's why. If it's been doing that for a while, crazy. My car's brand new. At that point,
Did not appreciate
Catastrophic engine failure.
It's just like, oh yeah, it's on the...
Some janky stuff like this where you got like a bunch of straps holding everything in place because you never know when something like this is going to happen. You'd rather it happen lower to the ground. But if that's actually all that happened, he lucked out. I'd weld that back in and retap those holes and call it a day. You might be able to get away with a little bit of JB weld situation.
What is the right way to do this?
that's a pretty good way to do it too.
Right.
Just tie it up right. You were this close.
This close. Next clip.
No.
Yeah, I tell you this, it's like
Sound?
whenever you're doing any kind of engine work, you gotta make sure, like, if you can have somebody else with you when you're lifting and maneuvering. And I just say that because it can get real dangerous when that weight gets over, 3 times your own body weight. If it's your body weight for the most part, but if that engine is running, man, it might be curtains depending on, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, we got to make it happen. So whenever you're dealing, I guess it's a safety first thing. So it's a lot of things you may attempt as a hobbyist or somebody who is trying to repair, like, I don't know, your tech level. Regardless of your tech level, you know what it is. It don't matter. You can be a master tech plus times 10 and know how to fix stuff and know how to shoot. Weight is weight, man. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and continue.
People. Uh-oh. Sounds like you mischief.
Yeah.
You got that right, buddy. Dude saw a tunnel. Rolls it down. Here we go. Downshift. Let it chill about 3 grand. Hit the tunnel. Pop it! And then you heard like an explosion right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And he's like muscle through it.
One of the boys was next to him. You call money shift right there.
Further down the gear you go, the reduction gears. So the output is going to be more torque than what the engine is actually putting out. But you're limited to speed. Nothing's free, right? So, you're in first gear, you're getting all this torque multiplication because you've got this 4,000-pound car that you need to get off from a stop. When you have a misshift, you mean to go into an upper gear because your car is going faster and faster and faster, and you don't want the RPM of the engine to go too high. A lower gear past its
It gave out.
Yeah.
Every oil. There's oil. Gave out.
Yeah.
Every oil. There's oil back there.
Hey,
Oil back there.
hey.
Charged. Apparently lost oil pressure.
Oh, it was supercharged
That
one.
was pretty quick.
It happens.
I thought I could fix the motor, but I can't. It actually
The cams?
welded the cam bearing to the cams.
It got too
At this
hot.
point, the block's jumped because there's no way to hold the cam bearing in there.
That's what we call friction welding. When 2 things rub together, like your hands get hot, except at hypersonic speeds, and it sticks together.
There's something like you can't even get off because it's all stuck together. Like,
Yeah.
like you didn't even stop. You're like, no. Like,
A toe on the side of the road. Sometimes you're just like, oh, I can get it there.
yeah. And then some cars do give you oil pressure gauges. Some cars don't.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you see that oil pressure gauge go all the
Well,
way,
as the
manufacturer valve on the oil pump was stuck open. Instead of building up enough oil pressure to get the engine lubrication where it's needed, it looks like we had a camshaft journal that was spinning inside that bearing, got so hot it actually seized or welded itself to that bearing. What I would probably do is cut it off.
All right, next clip.
Getting ready to film this Honda B18. Got my setup here with a bunch of tools. Got the camera. Here's the engine here. You can see I'm draining the oil, and that oil doesn't look good.
Oh man!
Got the timing side off, as well as the valve cover. And you can see that this one does not have VTEC like the other.
Look back at that little engine block blast. Oof.
Coagulated.
Oh. Port over here, and another inspection port. 18. Got my setup here with a bunch of tools. Got the camera. Here's the engine here. You can see I'm draining the oil, and that oil doesn't look good. It's got
Yeah, it's like all
this engine's
like
also
mud.
got one
Coagulated.
inspection
Oh.
port over here, and another inspection port over here.
oh man!
Got the timing side off, as well. See, it looks like this valve here is bent. It doesn't sit properly, and there's a lot of junk in the oil pan. Over here, and you can see the
Oh
inspection.
really?
He started off so casual.
I know.
he's probably been hearing some rod knock, some valve, something. He's been hearing something. He just didn't. The rod bearings probably gave out. It was so hot.
Yeah.
The rod probably broke in
Broke
half.
and then
Shot out
armed
right there.
straight through. So the piston is the little one, and then the rod shot.
Sometimes you see the piston right next to you.
Yeah.
Outside, you're like, what the f is this over here? Indentation on your hood?
The lower end's just done. There's nothing to save.
So there is no repairing this at all.
No.
Cool. Easy answer. Next.
From the front cover.
That's pretty sick.
This isn't going to be good.
Oh.
Oh, it's old
Maybe
F100.
12 pounds is a few too many pounds.
That is insane. If he was boosting that shit, he didn't even do no upgrades. He just boosted it.
Boost is excess air or oxygen being forced into the engine by means of turbo or supercharger. We express it in pounds or PSI, so pounds per square inch. So when you hear pounds of boost, they're referring to the PSI of boost in the system. On a naturally aspirated engine, when the piston comes down on the intake stroke, atmospheric pressure will fill the cylinder full of air. When we add a supercharger or a turbo kit, we are now shoving more than atmospheric pressure in there, so lots and lots.
More air equals bigger explosion means more power, baby.
What happens is when you have more oxygen and more pressure in the cylinder than that engine is mechanically able to handle, we get catastrophic failure like that. Some engines can handle more boost than others. If you have an engine that already has a really high compression ratio and then we're shoving in boost past that, we can run into big problems like that. Or if we're just shoving just mass quantities of boost. What did they say, 10, 12 pounds?
He said 12 pounds.
12 pounds.
Dude, 12 pounds of boost is not that much.
It's not. It's not. But it's because that
This sounds that way.
There's a number of things that you should do when you're adding more boost.
add more fuel, bigger ARP head studs, do maintenance on your block, lower compression pistons,
Billet rods,
Yeah.
billet crankshaft,
Oil
just
pumps.
stronger stuff.
Maintain the motor at least a little bit.
Yeah, at least like maybe.
Right. Stood on there 2 seconds and it blew up.
Yeah.
Next clip.
Sick.
Wait, is that even
Like
the motor?
a sticker up front. I love meth.
Okay, guys, before we talk about what went wrong, Dave, you are off fire extinguisher duty. 2, Dave.
Boom. Oh, you know what? Take off the pin, bro.
I just went through this with my students. And it's one of those labs that everybody's just like, fire extinguishers, yeah.
By the I Love Meth sticker running on nitromethane.
See? Oh, yeah, look. See?
Yeah.
It's that little breather on top of the tank that, like, whoosh.
Ooh, that was so fast.
Dude, meth is cool.
The way you say it, meth is cool. no, kids, meth is not cool.
Yeah, don't do meth.
Don't do meth.
Don't do meth.
I gotta say, it doesn't make sense to me, though, because normally these will run a dry sump system where we don't really have...
Next clip.
Yo, give it a little rev.
Oh no.
Right,
Rev
right, right. And get
it
the right
up, rev it
fire
up.
extinguisher.
It already
it
sounds
already
like
is
it's
out.
ticking. It's already ticking. 30-day tags on that bad boy. Oh no.
Aww.
Dude!
Yes, he's gonna be pissed.
No. This
Gonna
is a
happen.
joke.
They knew it was
This
gonna
is a
happen.
joke.
The coveralls give it away.
Setup.
So it seems a lot of people are blaming the fact that this was a cold start.
No, this is trash already. The big misconception is to I need to let my car sit and idle for 10 minutes before I drive it. That's not necessary. And in fact, it actually takes longer for your engine to warm up that way. So getting an initial warm up, letting the components expand, then go ahead and drive it. And then once it's warmed up on the gauge, you can, who knows?
Well, he didn't even drive it.
No. They went in with the intent of violence.
Revving it like that, everything's slapping hard, bro. There's no oil, everything's stressing out right there. That's why it blows up. It's telling you like stop. And you're like no. And then it's like my dad's gonna whoop my
FieldMechanicStuff.com.
Like Angelina here.
I'm James. You can follow me at James Pumphrey or at Kentucky Cobra on TikTok. Sandra, where can they find you?
Around the shop on Instagram.
You can find me on Instagram at Missy the Shop Teacher or on YouTube at Missy the Shop Teacher.
And I am Justin Freeman. You can follow me at Justin Freeman. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye, guys.
Deuces.
All right. Yes, I appreciate everybody who paid attention and learned a little bit from dealing with our engine block issues and other people's engine block. I hope that people have learned a little bit from it. I've learned a lot from it. And let's go ahead and we're going to continue moving. I have to take the Ski-On to the shop just because it's like really rusted out and everything like that, but it's okay. Going to be here. Well, actually, I have to get the lift gate to Ohio to pick up that